Hey,
Hello,
hi,
everybody.
Levi with members. Oh my god, my hair at that angle looked almost exactly like Wolverine's. Because my back end is just like sticking straight out.
Yeah.
That just tells me that Wolverine has constant bedhead.
Yep.
Anyways, hey, hi, howdy, everyone. How it goes? This is Levi with Member Solutions, and over here with Chris from Villain Support. I'm doing my normal breakfast stream. I realized it's a little bit later. I've been having some issues this morning, and I wasn't able to eat until 10 o'clock anyways. I'm going to be having a couple hash browns with some chicken and avocado for my breakfast. Maybe... No, I don't feel like cooking an egg because I hurt my big toe. Quite literally, and I don't know if it's a sprain or I busted something. Hopefully, it's just a sprain. I think it's just a sprain at this point. I think my spouse thinks it's a sprain, but it does hurt to walk on. So it makes life difficult. But Chris has got something special. So we've been working on part 2 of Loki has a new mask.
Yep.
And I just got feedback from after editing. I agreed with all the feedback except for 2 things, and I explained my point pretty clearly on one, and the other one Chris agreed with, and he was like, "Hey, let me refilm." This is the reality of doing things, getting to the point of an almost finished video, and both of us look at it and go, "There's an issue." Gotta love it. It doesn't matter whose part it is when we both look at it and go, we need to fix this.
Yep.
So you're gonna be filming a part
One line, and then just throwing that in there. Yeah.
Okay, and we'll take a look at it and kind of go from there.
Steven, did you bought a horn dog vacuum?
Okay. Also, Chris, I think since the title isn't an issue with the style or text or anything, once you get done, you can just finish the edits.
Okay.
And we can, you don't need to toss it back my way. Not for that.
All right. So this line is just Megatron. Which Transformer has one? That sound good?
Do the confused, like you're trying to take a call and then you grab your mic. So you go, Megatron. No. Which Transformer has do that?
Yeah.
And then we get Bumblebee's line. Hold on. Look at the script. Look back at the video again. We don't acknowledge that afterwards, because I got rid of that line of you questioning it, because I made the executive decision that the audience should ask that question, not us. So we just go straight into the rest of the sketch afterwards, and that deviates from. So if you do that line, and then Napa has that line, and then you go back without addressing the thing after asking the question.
No, because so it's gonna go. Napa's gonna go, "Hey Megatron," and then John goes, "Megatron, which Transformer has one?" And then he's gonna go back to Napa. He's gonna go, "Look, probably just best you stay away from Bumblebee for a little while. We're trying to figure things out." That whatever his line is, and then it cuts right to Levi going, "Add Jack Skellington too." So Napa's saying that Bumblebee has one.
Yeah, do the line. Let's put it in there and let's take a look at it.
All right.
All right. By the way, everyone, that is not me commanding him. That is literally just like, let's just do that and then look at it.
Megatron. Which Transformer has one?
You just did Napa's.
Villain Support, this is John. Megatron. Which Transformer has one?
Can you guys hear it? Can you guys hear him going into his Napa voice?
Hold on. Megatron. Napa, which Transformer has one?
There we go. That's the line right there. Did you, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Could you tell you were dropping into Napa's voice?
Yes. Oh, I totally could. That's why I kept doing it. I'm like, why is my voice doing that? Why is my voice doing that?
So
I'm like, I had to get upset and raise my voice intentionally to get back into squeaky, angry John.
no. That apparently it happens with a lot of voice actors and actors
Mhm.
in general. When they play a character long enough, they can
Yeah.
wind up slipping into the way that I do that with how Levi has gotten to the point of yelling or
Yeah.
yelling a specific way, I should say. I'll do that and I'll be like, that's not how that line's supposed to be delivered.
My friend Amy, she's the one that does the Borg Queen voice for us.
Mhm.
She does a lot of voice work, a lot of audiobook narration, and there's one client she had like 3 years ago that had her do a voice that was basically Siri, and she will be talking to you. She'll be talking, and as she gets into it, she'll slowly drop into a very like robotic voice, and everyone's kind of. She goes, "Am I doing the Siri voice?" Sorry.
Oh, that's funny. Chris is gonna get that exported out. We're gonna put it in. He's gonna pop it up, and we're gonna take a look. You guys are gonna get a look at what we've got for part 2. And then do we want to work on part 3 right away? Like go ahead and script it out, or just wait and see how it goes?
Previous series, part 1 and 2 came out a day or two apart. Part 3 was a few days later. The important thing is going to be promoting that part 3/part 4, whatever, is coming out a day or so beforehand on the broadcast channels and even stories and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So I know that with our most successful series, what happened with parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, if there was more than 3, was doing them as quickly as possible, whether that be literally the next day or a day after.
Within a day or two, yeah.
Yeah, and anytime we waited too many days, if we posted something that was different, and I've noticed this, if we posted something that was different than that series, it could wind up harming. It always depended on like how large the series was.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, if this does good, we'll know within, before the end of the day. If this does good, we should immediately go ahead and be like, yeah, let's go ahead and make part 3 as soon as possible and get that out, and do not put another video out. That way people will go, hey, this is the video, as well as the algorithm going, hey, this is the video. I would ideally, since it's the last day of the month, I would ideally like part 3 to be one of the weekend, if whether it's, we work on it on the 1st and get it out on the 1st, or we work on it on the 2nd, get it out on the 2nd. Having it land Saturday or Sunday would be a really good time frame for part 3.
My weekend's kind of busy, so we'll need to figure it out. I'm not opposed to dropping part 3 Sunday or Monday.
Yeah, that's the reason why I was like, since you're available right now, if we settle on part 2 and we look at it and go like, let's go ahead and get a framework for part 3, kind of like what we did with Stitch, have something out there ready, and then look at how it performs. I don't think that there's a reason why we can't have something.
I agree.
Love the matching shirts. By the way, the merch. Thank you so much for calling it up, Slayer.
If you want, if you have any desire to traumatize your friends who know Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, please feel free to grab yourself a one of these shirts on the filmsport.com shop.
Another bit to say is for everyone that commented on the shirts, that was on purpose. That was not we're both wearing the same shirt, let's do that. I legitimately thought, I was like, what shirt should I wear? You know what? I should match him. We both agreed that it should be matching shirts for a change. It doesn't almost ever happen, but this was such a good script, good idea. And I knew the idea was going to go do semi-well. I did not expect it to do as well as it did. Bunch of people were like, this is because of the death battle one. And I was like, I didn't even know that they did that video. I guess I should have, but I didn't look up the Mask versus Deadpool. I didn't think about that until after we had written it and we had already agreed on what to film. And I was like looking other things up, and it pulled up as one of the top search results when I was looking up information about the Mask and Deadpool. And, and it wasn't even a versus. I was like, oh, well, I'm too far in. I've got to film this. It's like I knew about it before posting. I didn't know about it before like the idea and the script was made. So I knew it would do well. I just didn't know it would blow up. Fucking box elder bugs. We have a tree that's I want to say infested, but technically it's not infested. It's the natural breeding ground for these bugs. So it's not even infested. It's just the natural part of it. Yeah, stink. Do you want to show it?
No. My CapCut wasn't letting me upload the new file for a second there.
Show the screen.
Hold on.
I gotta flip the hash browns, everyone. I'll be right back. I gotta hobble to do it because I can't walk on the foot. Can't go pressure on it, but it hurts. Those crisp up nicely, and then I can create my little. Why is Levi injured? In this particular case, I don't know. Using my cane on a day that I just simply needed to use my cane, it would be like I was born that way. I'm like Maybelline. I'm working on that joke. But yeah, like Firefly said, I did something to my toe. And hey, hi, howdy, Kevin. How you doing? Did we get a message from anyone from Twitch yet? We did. Rusty, hey, how goes it? By the way, if you guys have Twitch and you have Prime, you got them linked. You support us without costing you a dime. By the way, creating the phone stuff so it wouldn't be obnoxious throughout the whole video was also annoying and was the biggest part of the time crunch. I
actually lowered the volume on it even more because I was like, this is distracting.
So like if you uncompound that clip, you'll see how.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in opening Pandora's telephone box.
No, don't do that.
Who's on? Is the Massive Tundra?
Because for everyone here, what I did besides just layer them, there isn't like a randomize and copy a bunch of these and just
wearing
thing button. So I went in and I made one a certain volume, copied it, lowered that volume, and then moved it around, copied that, and repeated that until I had a huge chunk of randomized stuff. And a volume set of enough of them that was low enough that I copied that, did it again, and then turned around.
It matters a lot.
Decreased the volume again. It was work.
It matters a lot.
And then once he activates his clones coming up, which if you guys were here for the script, he activates his clones. I slowly get rid of the rings because once you have more people on a floor, it made sense that the rings would start dying down. About 5 people that have shown the videos to say your voices are too low and the background sound is too high. Do you on villain support, or like it's just an issue? Because I have noticed that as of late. Even when I was editing this, I was like, God, what is wrong with these? Because the video quality is good, but the sound quality seems to have dipped in how well you hear it. And I don't, on my end, I have a giant fan and noise canceling activated when I go to record. That's why it's happening on my end.
The wild thing is that our rewards, especially on TikTok, began going back up after I started plugging my microphone into this guy. And the first video that you used this for, which was part 1, right?
Technically it wasn't the first, but it was the first that had like good quality everything.
We got the amount we're earning on TikTok alone for that video is double what our usual RPM is. And the fact that it coincides with you using this does not surprise me, because when I began using this with a microphone is when our stuff shot back up.
And when you were using your phone with a microphone outside of the month of June.
It was good, but this without a microphone tanked everything.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I hadn't had to learn that the hard way, but at least we learned it.
I got a device that I want to test out, because I've been having some issues with using that with my particular setup.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost me like double the amount of this device. And what it is, it says, for those who don't know, you can get screen mirroring, but Android is notoriously horrible for most of them, because most of them are built for iPhones. Oh, you want to get
the small rig one?
No, there was another one that plugs directly into your phone, and as long as your phone can support the DisplayPort alt mode, it'll work. And I double checked before I went and purchased it. I was like, well, I'm going to get this from Amazon, not TikTok, because it'll be easier to do an Amazon return than a TikTok return. And so I'm like, let me give this a shot, because every time I've used my back camera, which is the quality of the camera, that other camera, I get some good quality too. And I still have a purpose for both of these, because then I don't have to try to move my phone to a different angle. I have another camera that can produce another angle at the same quality of my phone, and I don't have to try to finagle the setup. Yeah. But if it doesn't work, I just return it and I get a different thing. Wow, the comments just dropped. There's no one talking. I don't think that's the case. I think people are talking. We just haven't received it. Oh, there. No.
Napa, start a list. Put Demon Slayer at the top.
Hey, add static.
I'm gonna be honest with everyone here. I know, as somebody who watches and has created all these effects, that the phones are necessary to have in order to display what is going on, because without it, you're like, this doesn't make sense, right? You need the chaos of the phones ringing for it to deliver on that understanding that there's more chaos going on and happening. As somebody who hates being overwhelmed by sound, I fucking hate it. Like, I have mixed feelings on it. Like, part of me is like, I love it. It works. It fits the scene. It drives the scene. It helps bring it together. The part of me that hates it is the part that gets overwhelmed with noises, and it's like trying to balance that out. And I'm really glad that Chris lowered the volume even more.
Napa, which Transformer has one? Yeah, then just keep away from both. Yeah, then just.
Hopefully the shirt's okay. Good morning, Don, which is me right now. Sound hurts. Yeah. The hole in my eardrum does not make that any better. Because, like, there are certain noises that just cause pain that didn't when the ear was patched. So as far as that goes, Firefly,
Just keep away from Bumblebee for right now, okay?
we're gonna figure out what's gonna go on with part 3, in that chaos. We're gonna get a framework once he's done and gets it scheduled out. I would love to work on an idea of a framework for part 3, even if that framework completely changes based on feedback. A lot of times we have found that the best, our series do incredibly well if we wait and if we read the comments and get ideas based on what people want to see.
That's why I'm not in a rush to push part 3 out super fast.
Yeah. It would just be nice to have like a basic idea framework somewhat written out, just so that we're not trying to rush and make one.
And Jack Skellington too.
And there's a lot of people who are already commenting the different masks, and that's part of the idea for part 3 is like when we get to see Nappa, he's got a bunch of sticky notes with a bunch of names on there.
I'm activating my clones.
If you have a bunch of blank sticky notes, you can tell that they're blank. So just having 20 sticky notes with names that you can clearly see, and then maybe some scribbles for a bunch more for background noise behind the ones that are clear. So like an example, because I got a bunch of sticky notes. I got a couple sticky notes here, right? So you would have scribbles that you can't see behind the ones that you could see. So it'd be layered like that. And the ones that you could see would be clear with the comment section suggestions. Like that.
This is Nappa. One sec. John, it's Deadpool.
I love the fact that you're asking which Bumblebee. Also, I didn't have tell him different lines to do. He did a bunch of extra lines. What's up?
I need to put my soda.
Do you not have one in the fridge?
No.
So you drank that other one in the fridge already without permission.
One sec. John, it's Deadpool for you.
Because you would be on right around 3 sodas today. If you'd taken them 1 per day, yeah. So that means you've already had 3 sodas. I'm not telling you where your sodas are. I might let you have one later today. I'll put one in the fridge when I feel like it, and you'll be able to have that particular soda.
Can I have chili?
Wasn't there one up here already?
This is the one that
Oh. If you share some of it with me. I don't need a whole lot.
Put me on speaker.
I don't need a ton for breakfast.
Are those your masks?
How do I cook it?
Your note.
Just put it in a bowl and put it in the microwave. I have a
Did you have made?
bowl that I'll use. This needs to be washed.
No.
I need help. It's he had 2 in one day and he had 1 the next day. I think, unless you drink 3 sodas in a single day.
Yeah.
Okay. How many parts do we plan for this? I don't know.
I also cut your fuck at the end to this.
I mean, I energy.
So I thought about that.
It's
The reason
too
I
damn
had-
long.
I know it was on purpose. I heard it,
Mm-hmm.
and because of how gruttle and just down in there, I was like, I know how people will react on social media to how low and how long it goes with that little fight. And I originally cut the T off, and I was like, now it doesn't make sense. I added the T, and I had the ring right at the end. I was like, oh, that's fucking funny as hell that you get
The
a ring
T?
right as he's about to end it.
What tea?
There's a T. If you listen to it, it goes t. Or sorry, not T, K.
Okay.
I'm saying T. I meant the sound. And I have a ring right there that takes place nowhere else except right when I'm about to right when I go to end it. It's like right ring. There should be a ring right there. What happened to the ring?
There is. Listen.
What plans do you have?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Again, sorry.
Okay.
Daddy,
There.
What's up, kiddo?
I couldn't watch your ball if I had enough energy.
You want one of my Diet Coke with limes? Because I can't hobble down there to get one of your sodas right now. And I'm not telling you where they're at because I don't feel like hiding them in a different place.
But
There's no buts.
You know how my kids get energy? They drink water.
I'm gonna mute.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop out real quick.
Oh, parenting. Yay, parenting. All right. All right, now I have to get all.
Sorry.
I have to get that. No, you're good. Sure. Wait.
The funny thing is, it's not even the biggest thing. It's just one of the other big things that have happened. Like Deadpool is a constant stressor for our channel. He causes so many issues with our channel.
Who does?
Deadpool.
Yep.
We have a series that we got to go back and redo. Both me and Chris have discussed that we kind of lost the plot on it. It was going really good, and we just kind of like dropped the ball. We had an entire script idea, but we didn't finish part 3.5, 4, whatever it was, for Deadpool going into the prank wars thing.
Oh.
How many masks did you have made?
And so it wound up being a storyline that went nowhere. And people have let us know that they are not happy.
I don't know.
With us not finishing stories. We got large enough that we can't just drop a one video that does really well and not do a part 2. And then if we do a part 2, we have to tie up that story. Otherwise, people go, "Why'd you abandon this? This was good."
Yeah.
Hello.
Were those? Okay, now I got to go back through again and make sure that all of the subtitles make sense, and we can watch it while I do that.
You'll have to watch. Give me a second.
Cool. Where's Levi?
Oh, that's dirty.
Let me grab my sparkling water. Give me a second here.
Why are we missing so many dishes? That's not a concept. Do you have a bunch of dishes in places that you shouldn't?
Hey, Dr. Ben.
That's why I was asking, kiddo. Doesn't make much sense. Oh. I get taco. And then I get seasoning of all things in the Coke.
I'm just going to leave that comment on the screen and let Levi come back to it.
I'm making my way. I'm making my way.
Doubtful.
Oh, ha. Oh,
Because not only do the Deadpool masks give them Deadpool's powers, that means they become aware of the fourth wall.
Oh, shit.
So conversations with characters like Tanjiro being like, wait. These writers made the decision to kill my family. It's like, oh.
Ah, frick. Buddy, can you get me a spork, please?
Spork.
All right. But no, that needs to be a note that the characters are breaking fourth wall.
That needs to be a thing that we didn't think about because we didn't think about it. That gets brought to our attention in part 3.
Yes.
And like Nappa gets the call and he goes, so and so wants to know why. And we go, everyone with a mask can break the fourth wall.
Write that down real quick.
Yep.
I'm not in a position to make notes. and for everyone here, he usually writes the notes better anyway. Tobias.
Oh.
Also, the line that tastes like shit.
It does not. It tastes good.
Tastes like shit.
You don't like the lime Diet Coke, but you like regular Diet Coke.
Yes.
Whatever. You don't want it, I'll take it.
Okay.
You just bring it here, I'll drink it. They do not make this very often, so do not waste it. I don't know if, because I know it's like a limited run, and I know we get it here in Utah. Do you get the Diet Coke with lime up there?
I don't drink diet soda. I have no idea.
Uh,
I'm obsessed with sparkling water, so I drink this Nixie stuff. Lime ginger is my flavor.
It's interesting because like Fallout has this thing where Tobias calls that.
What universes did you send the Loki pool masks to? I don't know.
Why didn't you?
Oh wait, I gotta. All right, let me look at my dogs are freaking out. Let me look in the room.
Put the tablet down instead of screaming.
Right.
I can't get up any right now, anyways.
Oh,
You want some?
Yes, come here.
Come
I even said that. I can't keep getting up. I have to
Don't
give
use
look,
that.
that's what-
Guacamole.
Here, hold on. Here we go.
I can't. I would say
We're
don't.
taking a
do
dog
that.
moment. Daisy, come here.
So which one do you want? The
I'll
guacamole?
grab a new one.
No,
Puppy.
it's a waste.
Yeah, Daisy.
I don't like guacamole.
It's not going to be in there. Stop yelling.
Just pour it. No,
Dog break.
you can just pour it.
Oh, puppy. Good girl, Daisy. Good doggy. Daisy. Good girl. Come here. Good puppy. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. But I'm working right now, so I can't play with you. But I'll play with you later, okay? Okay, so we got Napa line right there, Napa line there, there, another Napa line there, and there, and there, and there, and more Napa, Napa.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of the Napa, and he gets colored
Hopefully not
orange.
Coke.
And then
I got it.
Levi. It's John.
Oh, apparently I'm not going to cut like I wanted to. That's all right.
Levi.
Yeah, what's up?
No, I'm saying your name for when you have lines. So I.
Ooh.
And then Deadpool is gonna be red. Okay. Now let's
many
watch
napkins
if
are
the subtitles are where they're supposed to be. What universes did you send the Loki pool masks to? I don't know.
Why didn't you check?
Because the instructions said in John's handwriting, send these to random universes. Do not keep track. Tee. Nappa, have I ended any instructions to you ever with the words tee?
We have to find out where those mascots sit. And fact.
Don't support this, John. Moves on. Is the mask that Tandro's wearing, is it green or is it like black and red? It matters a lot. No, I'm not surprised to hear that he can stretch his limbs out and wield 6 katanas at once, just like Kokushibo. Which mask is he wearing? Crap, that means he's unkillable too. Look, just run for now. I'm trying to figure out what we can do. Okay, Nappa, start a list. Put Demon Slayer at the top.
Hey, add Static Shock to that list. Reggie got one too. Because of course he did.
Oh, hey, Megatron.
That needs to be blue. I knew I missed one. All right.
Because of course he did.
Hey, Megatron. Megatron? Nappa, which Transformer has one? Just keep away from Bumblebee for right now, okay? We're trying to figure it out. I'm going to have to call you back.
And Jack Skellington too.
Oh, that's it. I'm activating my clones. This is Nappa. 1 sec. John, it's Deadpool for you. I'm transferring him now. I'm putting you on speaker. Wait.
Hello.
Were those your masks and your note?
Oh, that.
How many masks did you have made?
I don't know. How many production plants do you have?
It's such a gruddle. What it reminded me of, and I'm gonna pull up here. That when I saw that wasn't even the one I was going for. That was me, like that was the first take, and all that was me like going, how long do I need to make this? And it became such a low. When I watched it, I was like, that feels like every customer service related person that has ever dealt with customer service right there. That's like the epitome of like, oh my God, no.
It's fun how you make the same sound when you get a bad call as you do when you've just had a really good crap.
And so I was just like, no, I has to be there. That has to be, that's the one. And I did like 7 or 8 more of saying that word, dragging it out, doing short, yelling it to the point that like Raven interrupted me without meaning to, thinking I was done. So there was extra footage in there. That was good. That was a good one. That line fit perfectly. Made sense.
So I just need to go through it again and make sure that everything's lined up.
What universes did you send the Loki pool masks to? I don't know.
Why didn't you check?
Because the instructions said in John's handwriting, send these to random universes. Do not keep track. Tee. Nappa, have I ended any instructions to you ever with the words tee?
We have to find out where those mascots sit. And fact.
Don't support this, John. Moves on. Is the mask that Tandro's wearing, is it green or is it like black and red? It matters a lot. No, I'm not surprised to hear that he can stretch his limbs out and wield 6 katanas at once, just like Kokushibo. Which mask is he wearing? Crap, that means he's unkillable too. Look, just run for now. I'm trying to figure out what we can do. Okay, Nappa, start a list. Put Demon Slayer at the top.
Hey, add Static Shock to that list. Reggie got one too. Because of course he did.
Hey, Megatron. Megatron? Nappa, which Transformer has one? Just keep away from Bumblebee for right now, okay? We're trying to figure it out. I'm going to have to call you back.
And Jack Skellington too.
Oh, that's it. I'm activating my clones.
This is Napa. One sec. John, it's Deadpool for you. I'm transferring him now.
I'm putting you on speaker. Wade,
Hello.
were those your masks and your note?
Oh, that.
How many masks did you have made?
I don't know. How many production plants do you have?
Yeah, everything matches. Cool. All right, got it. So now,
I love that ending. It just gets me every time. I wanted to answer a question that we have.
Mhm.
And go back a little bit. Here. What's the ratio for time of creating skit ideas, recording skits, and editing recordings? I wish I could give you a solid answer.
it varies from sketch to sketch.
It does. We have times where we know the entire story and we can put those out super quickly. And then we have times where we make a sketch.
What universes did you send
we just want to make a funny video, right? Thank you. And we don't think of a part 2, but that video does so well, we're scrambling. It used to be really, really bad as far as the scramble goes, because either A, both of us were busy, or B, one of us was too busy to jump on it. It didn't matter if Chris was working, I was at doctor's, or I was working and Chris was free. When you have something that sometimes requires both of us, it can wind up being an issue because of just scheduling conflicts. So I would say a single day to sometimes months. The Stitch series is a good example of it's just going to come out when it comes out. And because of how I write it, each arc is its own thing. I would love it if the arcs got done faster. It probably will this time, because that one always had an issue with somebody was busy. And I don't mean Chris was busy. I mean, like, one of us would always be busy. Either A, Chris was busy with work during a filming part. B, I was busy. I was too busy to script it out, or I didn't have an idea for it. So it just varies sometimes very wildly. As fun as it would be having our pets in videos, as somebody who has had to film and written stuff for the cats to be in the videos.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're like, never again.
No. By the way, if you guys don't remember, there's a Schrodinger's cat sketch. That cat did not like being held like that. Especially because I had to do the take a couple times. And like the first time she was okay with it. Every other time she was not.
That's like, I kill.
So it's all a matter of temperament. And then on top of that, you got to like get the, how long you'd have it. And there would definitely be a lot of cuts. That's the reason why there's entire workers around pets in movies. And while a lot of movies have transferred to CGI, and a lot of people haven't reacted well to CGI or the AI that some companies have resorted to, because it doesn't feel real. But there are some cases in which case you don't have a choice. Like, they're not going to have an actor on set with a bear anymore. That's just not a thing you do anymore. Or the lion, which we're not going to talk about how they filmed. Do you guys want to actually, you know what? That's a great point to bring up. Do you know how they filmed the iconic lion roar in the video back in the day?
They put a camera on the lion and said, "Don't eat us, don't eat us, don't eat us."
They tied the lion down. They flattened his limbs out, tied him down, had him there, and he had to roar. Here's the thing. Back then, they couldn't just reuse the same clip over and over and over like we could. So they had to do that multiple times. That poor lion was, in every sense of the word, abused so that he could do that lion roar. Now, obviously, the new ones are not that, but it is, of how horrible it was. And it wasn't just the lion. Yeah, sedatives as well. Yeah. They did that a lot to the point, but the lion was the one that got the attention. I think the lion and then one other animal got the animal rights groups together to fight for the animal rights, and that's how there's an entire part of the Actors Guild that is specifically built around how animals are treated on set. So anytime you hear a story about anything from, I think, the 70s onward, if you hear a story about a movie that took place in the 70s or onward, about how poorly an animal is treated, take that with a grain of salt, because by then there were very strict rules in place on how animals were treated, and anything from like the 80s and onward was even stricter. Like there's stories about how Data's cat was mistreated on set, and it was not. All those stories are 100% false. Every actor, every producer, every crew, everything have gone out to say that cat was just a pain to work with, but it was never mistreated. And it's just one of those things where I see those stories about how like Brent hated the cat, and I was like, that's not true. He loves animals. He just does not like to work with them. And it's not because they're mistreated. It's just that they are the worst actors in existence. You cannot get them to do what they need to do. You are working around them. But he didn't hate the cat itself. He just hated working with the cat as an actor. I don't know if the lion ate its trainer. I don't know about that. I don't remember if that was part of the documentary or not. As soon as I saw how bad
To be a horrible person, I kind of hope so.
They would have had to put the lion down though afterwards, and that's just wrong. The only way I was mistreated was if the cast brought their dog and said, yeah. Not even Worf would treat that cat. Yeah, there's too many animal actors. There's not. Yeah, Wishbone was the exception to the rule where you just found an animal that did that well. They got incredibly lucky that the dog liked to be in costumes, that the dog listened very well. It wasn't just a training thing. That dog quite literally liked being on set and doing these things. So yeah, you get fired for it. And like the actors are not gonna, none of the actors or crew will will risk their job, especially nowadays. And if they do, they're just stupid. Yeah, they go on. There's a whole series on Wishbone about like the behind the scenes series thing. I've seen a few clips of it, and they wound up saying, I was like, the dog was just a natural. They got super lucky with it, and had it not been that dog, it would not have succeeded as well as it did. If you guys remember the movie Bolt, which is an animation, you can kind of think of it like that, where although the dog was trained to believe he actually had powers and everything, the fact that the dog just did so well, regardless, was good.
Did we cross 200K on YouTube yet?
No, I think last I saw we were at 160.
194. 194. Okay.
On
That's
YouTube?
still, yeah.
I could have sworn it was 160 last time.
No. Views on the part one.
Oh, I thought you were saying followers. I'm like, what happened while I was asleep?
Allie and I had the exact same misunderstanding earlier this morning. She we woke up and she goes, she's like, oh, you're like 190, and I'm like, how? She's like,
it's
well,
not that it hasn't happened before.
Yeah. She's like, you're at 171. I'm like, no, we're at 168. She's like, views, not subscribers. Oh. That thing you said is wrong, and I'm going to fight you on it until you agree that I'm right.
It's funny because we had that same conversation between me and you for everyone here. when our account on YouTube blew up in the first day, like we had never had growth like we did on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube and TikTok had explosive growth, but YouTube had just like insane. Like there was a day where we got almost 50,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
it was nuts. We lost a lot. Like the next day, I think we had like 20,000 plus in a single day of lost subscribers, but also like 10,000 plus. It was such a weird thing to see, and a really humbling experience that you go from here's 50,000 plus subscribers and here's minus 20,000. It was just so crazy. John, I've seen people who get millions in a single day. Now, whether or not they retain those is the big thing. And there are people who get really, really big because people like a video and they hit subscribe right off the bat without checking any other content. And then those people just effectively make the same video, exact same video, trying to strike lightning in a bottle again. Trying to capture lightning in a bottle again. Sorry. That's weird.
what's weird?
They had to retry the stream like 5 times because they kept getting content restriction warning. Damn it, Tobias.
What content restriction warning is that?
I don't know which one, but I would not be surprised if it was because of the anime Naruto playing in the background that he brought in.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
If we get flagged, because we're still live, if we get flagged after the fact, I'll just delete. For everyone here, if the stream gets deleted, I'm sorry. This was a really fun stream and very, like, you guys got to see a lot of behind the scenes. I would hate to have to delete this stream, but if we get a notice for any reason, I'm just going to delete it. It's not worth having. It's one thing if you have a video that goes, this isn't monetized, but the rest of it's okay. I'll be like, let the video exist. It's not a big deal. A stream, on the other hand, I'm just like, I'm not even gonna Levi's got a point.
What? Oh, geez. Okay.
You'll probably melt the glass though, but you know. That's cool that he got to visit you though. You should have showed him the channel, but then again, he might not have liked our particular brand of comedy. Or they might not have. You said, I assumed I shouldn't have assumed. I found my kitty's Loki Halloween costume. The Deadpool costume is in mint condition. I think that's cool. Send us a picture of that. That's funny. We had a lot of people, and I haven't had a chance to make the video. I didn't tell you this yesterday. For everyone here, Chris knows that I usually, on days I do physical therapy, it's kind of a coin toss of what I'll do afterwards, and it's always going to take a long time.
Thank you, Phil.
Hey, by the time I got done editing, it was like 2 a.m, I think, or something like that. Strictly, and I was supposed to have a meeting with like OpenOc that I completely spaced about too. Because I had some stuff I wanted to work on for streaming and whatnot, and we keep meaning to touch base because he has so many other projects, and I'm like, you don't have to worry about my projects. When you have time, you have time. And we were like, oh shit, what were we all working on? But yeah, Philip, I will make sure the kitties get an extra can of food as soon as we get done with the stream. I have a list. I had a list of things that I was going to work on. The next videos that we're going to work on. I got to finish the printer call to action video. That's going to be my priority today.
Mm-hmm.
After this is
I got to finish the. I got to get the Serenity Dungeon Caller Carl video crossover done. We did a placeholder video for that. I told him I have it to him by the end of the weekend.
I didn't know. I forgot that there was a cameo. That might be something that we need to. You good discussing cameo thing real quick on live?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think about like when we are having something trend like this, when we're having to pivot towards doing part 2 storyline, that kind of stuff, about making the cameo, raising the prices on the cameo?
I'm not cool with that, but I see where you're going with this. We aren't going to raise the price, but they won't get posted until potentially weeks or months later versus day of or day after.
Okay. All right.
We make no guarantee that any cameo will get posted. So
That's awesome, Don. I'm glad. He tried to take. You should have let him. You should have given him your shirt. That sounds weird. I don't mean it like that. I meant like if he tried to take a shirt that you owned with him to Australia, but it wasn't a. You know what? I'm just gonna shut up. my spouse owns half of my wardrobe from back in the day. They did not ask permission. They just took, and I was like, okay. John asked, "Are hero sport, not hero sport, but I get what you mean, or villain sport, are hero or villain videos? Let's dial it down. More fun to make. Villain videos are. I don't like saying that, but the reality is one, villain videos are more fun to do and they get better views because people do not like seeing the hero lose. Now there are exceptions to the rule. And there are plenty of videos where you can talk to a hero. Like Talking to the Tick was an awesome video that I made way back in the day. And then Chris turned around and did a video effectively the same type without even realizing it. And even used the same voice actor. Because I used Popo to play the Tick. I have thought about redoing that video because I have all the voice lines. I could redo the video very easily. I decided not to when Chris put out his video because I was like, if I redo my video now, it's going to seem like I'm just copying Chris, even though my video came way before his. And he wasn't copying me. It's just, hey, the Tick versus the Predators would be a fun video to do. And I don't think either one did terribly well, sadly. The Tick is such a fun hero, though.
Spoon.
Oh, he's his just one-liners of just. I loved how it came out and what I wrote for him because it sounded exactly like the Tick, and I was just like, "Oh, this is so nice! I love it." And at the time, people liked it, but it didn't blow up. And before anyone goes, "Why not?" Neither did the live-action Amazon show that had millions of dollars of promotions put into it. Like they wanted that thing to succeed. They almost needed it to. And it was fun. It was campy. It was, in all honesty, the first season was really good. Did they have 2 seasons or was only the 1 season?
I don't know. Never watched it.
It was a very campy video. However, it's just not the style of hero movie type thing that currently does well as a show. It should have been a movie. If they had done it as a movie, it would have felt condensed. They would have gotten rid of a bunch of stuff, but they still could have had the humor in there. I think they would have had a second movie. I think, or a lead into the show. But instead, they did like a promo episode that did well, and then they did the season, and then I think they got canceled shortly after that. I hated them getting canceled though, because not only was it a cliffhanger, it was just they had perfect casting. I really liked it. It was such a goofy ass show. No. So I explained this before. We might do videos in that manner, but when you think of a regular call center, there isn't a 90 different apartments. There's a handful of departments. You go to IT if you have any type of technical problem, even if you shouldn't go there. But usually general support, which is what Member Solutions is, will try to do basic troubleshooting with you, and then you'll get sent to someone in IT. And from IT, you might go, hey, I need to send you to a specialist that still exists within our department. And that's key because that's how a call center works. Because there's no money in having 90 different departments. There's more money to be made in just training somebody and having them take multiple types of calls. And then just having them specialize in a specific type of call that they'll take more often than the other ones.
Okay, it's scheduled out, and I am getting this sent out to the broadcast channels now. Copy, post.
The Omnitrix won't play a part in this, just because if I have the Omnitrix play a part, it will break the entire story. The moment we go, hey, here's a character that probably had the mask. If we say that he has the mask, and he has this watch on him, or let's say Dr. Manhattan got the mask. First of all, I don't think Dr. Manhattan would be affected by it, but let's say he did. You're not winning against that, right? We have to make it that every character that got the mask isn't so overpowered that we can't combat them. And it is a bit of a cop-out, but it's also, we don't have much of the choice with that. Because otherwise you could create the problem of like One Punch Man, Dragon Ball Z, all the every hero show that lasts honestly too long. Like, I love Dragon Ball Z. I do. It should have had an ending by now. Like a real.
Dragon Ball Z did end. It's Dragon Ball Super now. Actually, Dragon Ball literally can't end. When Dragon Ball Z ended, the Japanese economy tanked. That's why Dragon Ball GT was made. That's why Dragon Ball GT was made. Because everyone's like it can't be over. The entire country went into like mental and financial depression.
Okay, so One Piece has an ending that's written, and One Piece makes more money than Dragon Ball does.
Which means One Piece can't end either.
Oh, fuck. That. Because
we've only seen Luffy's story in One Piece.
Oh,
what about Shanks? What about Garp? What about Luffy's dad? They're going to be mining those universes for stories forever.
I know why Toriyama signed off now, because can you imagine wanting to end something and not being able to?
Well, he
no,
did
I can.
End it.
No, I can. Yeah, actually,
he wanted Dragon Ball Z to end when Goku beat Frieza and Planet Namek broke up, blew up. That's the end. That was his ending. Was Goku beat the final bad guy and he died doing it, and that's the end of the story. And everyone and his editor was like, "You're cute. Write more."
That sucks. You have to have a story end, even if that story is a small one, right? Like, as much as I love the Stitch Across the Multiverse series, and I have that one-off series that is episodic, there's a very specific reason why I'm making it episodic. I not only want to end this series, if I don't make it episodic, it's going to be the same situation we dealt with the Predators, where how do I explain why this keeps happening and we haven't solved it yet?
Yeah.
At least with the episodic, it's like this thing is a self-contained event based around the fact that he got out of containment, took a time machine, and then we eventually, quote unquote, catch him, where he just simply comes back. I like the idea that he just comes back after having adventures, because then he can do what the Doctor Who thing does and have as many self-contained adventures as he wants to have, but it doesn't affect the overall plot. Very much like the Predator series that we got, where we still make Predator videos because they're popular and requested, and they do well.
I'm sending that to my phone so I can put it on stories.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't see the message. And it does. Yeah, it follows along. But if I were to have created another storyline part of it, it would have been just the like trying to scramble and figure out. I love the episodic version. Probably I like the full story, and as soon as it's finished and I complete it and go back and make sure to cover any plot holes and everything, I'll be really happy with that. I'm never gonna be able to remake. This is the thing that we've discussed about, like, there's certain videos that we can remake and certain ones that just we can't. I will never be able to remake the Stitch series anywhere near what it is. It would be an entirely different story, specifically because the events of my life that happened at the time, things that was being created, shaped and changed that story. The whole reason my character left for an undisclosed amount of time was because I was moving. And I had no other choice but to do this. But we didn't want to just leave things in the air. At least I didn't want to leave things in the air, especially after I had like finished and figured out what I wanted to do. It was I needed to move, and that worked so well with the story that doing it over, yeah, you can do it. It's not going to feel the same. It's not going to look the same. It's not going to come off the same compared to the original. It's like taking the first Stitch movie and remaking it as an animation and just changing a bunch of things that shouldn't be changed. There's going to be problems with it. There might be some people who like it, but there's going to be a lot of people who don't. Levi is great, no doubt. Yeah. I looked up different languages on how to say no. I was like, how many languages can we put? We have to have a couple Star Trek, and they have to be right next to each other. I'm just not going to be able to. Now, as an animation, I would totally be down for remaking that as an animation, because I can keep to the entire story. The problem with making it as an animation is there's no way in hell it can be monetized. There's just no way. I guess there are some places that like the design is fundamentally different because the style is different. So maybe, but so anytime, so the reason why you can't monetize it is because it's existing IP. And if you go back and you look at the animation channels that have done very clear parodies, there's no guarantee that those are still monetized. There's been channels who have gotten cease and desist takedown notices of parodies, and the only reason they still exist is because once you put that out on the internet, if it does well enough, it probably isn't going to go away. Somebody else has downloaded, somebody else is going to upload it, somebody else is going to download it, somebody else is going to upload it. Dorkly is a good example of it. They promote the hell out of their Patreon for a very specific reason. A lot of their videos cannot be monetized because they use a lot of existing IP, and if they monetize it, they can get hit with a cease and desist, turn off monetization kind of type of takedown, even though it's very clearly monetized. Meat Canyon, this is really cool. This is really funny. Did a video with Bugs Bunny, and they made him take it down. And if you know anything about Meat Canyon's style, it's just this grotesque-esque style. And they took his down, and then honestly, his was tame compared to what they officially released, where they made Bugs Bunny live from Elmer Fudd, like effectively crushing him or killing, quote unquote, killing him, and Bugs Bunny crawling around him going, "Now you have to wear me, Doc." When I found out that I thought that was a Meat Canyon sketch. I thought it was. It was official. I'm like, what? What executive went, oh yeah, sure, let's take a beloved animated character and give them the creepiest lines ever. Let's go ahead and do that. What? Who signed off on that?
I'll be done in a minute.
You're very welcome, Lexi. I had fun doing that series. The only reason I kind of stopped, I went to a point where almost every request that I was getting from, hey, let me turn you or an event or something into a D&D monster, almost every comment and request eventually got to be, because I did a couple where it was about cancer or somebody's dark moments, as just a, hey, I'll do a couple of these, to that was most of the request. Hey, my dad died, my mom died, so on and so forth. Hey, I'm battling cancer. You just get mentally worn. It's not that you don't want to help. It's just like, it was a TikTok shop video on top of that. And I had gotten a couple videos that I did of that didn't qualify for shop videos because you're not supposed to do that type of content. And it's just mentally exhausting. So, villain support being sued by either. So one of the things that I'm just not going to touch, and we said it before, is we're not going to touch the Acme Coyote thing. And when Chris did the Bugs Bunny video, he got a healthy amount of comments on that video, and I kind of figured he would, about that movie. I think until that movie is released and out, we probably shouldn't touch another Looney Tunes / Warner Brothers character.
Agreed. 100%.
We have played on the people trying to sue us, but we have a kangaroo court. We played on that joke a few times, and there's people who go, was Levi a Fae in the past life or something like that because of the terms and conditions sketch. I would love to do another terms conditions Karen S sketch and read those super fast. I just don't know who I would be talking to, and that's not my primary focus right now. We got this new series. Chris, do you want to call it?
Nope, I'm getting the stories posted.
Oh, okay.
I'm not ignoring you. There we go.
Oh. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. Trying not to zone out. I can't zone out when Chris isn't available.
Sorry, buddy.
No, that's all right. I was just going to share a different story because I see it here. Still hate your shirt, Levi. What is a local breakfast meal? What do you mean by what is a local? Like what a lot of people eat, like here in Utah or there in South Carolina? Surprisingly enough, it's chicken and waffles here. It's not even a joke. There's a whole place that does like nothing but waffle and chicken. There's a couple different places that do. It's a lot of waffles here. I think there's like 4 waffle places like within like a 5-mile radius of each other. It's nuts. And almost every breakfast place here has waffles, which I guess might be a little bit normal, but growing up in Nebraska and whatnot, it was not normal. I did not see waffles a whole lot in Nebraska. Pancakes were everywhere in Nebraska, and all kinds of pancakes, especially peanut butter pancakes. Oh God, I miss being able to order peanut butter pancakes. Oh,
Never had a peanut butter pancake.
it's good. You should try it. All it is putting peanut butter on the pancake and adding syrup on top. That's it.
Oh, on the pancake?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. You can. I have made my own pancake mix with powdered peanut butter. It was too much.
Okay. So Facebook doesn't really have stories anymore. Or not Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, I slipped. I woke up with toe pain. Leave the kangaroos out of this. Because if so, it sounds like my friend's D&D. I live in South Carolina and like biscuits and gravy. I love biscuits and gravy too. But that's because I grew up on it.
It's delicious. Don't get me wrong, it's delicious. But it's not my favorite.
I grew up on a lot of at home. So it wasn't something that you went out and ordered. It was just stuff that I ate at home. That was Southern comfort food. But no, like the chicken and waffles here in Utah surprised the hell out of me. I was like, what? Why is this so popular here of all places? And there's a lot of things that are like that are just the randomest of things. Like boba here, super popular. There's several boba places that do really, really well. There is we have a huge community of different Asian cultures, mostly South Korean cultures, a couple Japanese, and we have a lot of America-ish Chinese restaurants. There's a couple really good Chinese restaurants that don't cater towards the American super sweet Chinese as stuff. I love those. And we have recently an uptick of Thai food has had a recent insurgence, and Indian food. And I don't mean Indian as in like Native American. I mean Indian as in like Indian. I don't know how to better say that right now. Like India. Boba's huge where you live in Cali. Boba's pretty popular. I think Boba's just like making its way throughout the U.S. again. It had a hot streak for a minute and then died down, but it never like died down here. Yeah, I need to remake my pancake mix because it was a high protein pancake mix. It was really, really good, but I'm low enough on it that I need to remake it. And I use egg substitute and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you, Levi. Indian.
All right. Stories are posted. Broadcast channels are updated. I'm now back.
Okay. I'm floundering here. This is not what I do on my stream most of the time when it's breakfast.
Well, I mean, your breakfast streams typically aren't as long as your regular streams, right?
They're about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on like if I cook the whole thing and then what we wind up discussing.
Well, we got the video scheduled out. We got the video ready to go. It's all promoted and everything. Part 3, we already know, is going to be some more Fallout. And then figuring out that not only do they have... No, we have not done that yet, John.
We didn't do it yet, no. I was like, wait, what?
We have Fallout of finding out that Napa's talking to somebody who's asking him about a fourth wall question. Who's got a mask, and you and I both go,
Oh yeah, yeah,
they can see the fourth wall.
yeah. And I really like that as the premise towards it, and just
Mhm.
having the premise is honestly more than enough right now. We'll wait and see how it does, because the reality is, part 3 might be the final part. If part 2 does it, I'm not going to say horribly, but let's say that part 2 only gets 50,000 views compared to the 200,000 part 1 did. We'll finish part 3 to tie up the story, but that will be the end.
I disagree completely, because several of the series we've done in the past have had parts in the middle that didn't do great. We continued the story anyways because enough people want to see it. I think this is way too potentially involved to shut down in 3 episodes. We don't need to make it. It doesn't need to be a 19 part. If interest fades, we can end it quick, but not in part 3.
Okay. What if part 2 does like 10,000 views?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's a middle part.
It's a middle part. Okay.
Itchy. Okay. I think the big thing is going to be
oh, that'd make a great little animation. That would make a great little animation. It would be. It'd be like a 30-second animation, but it would be so funny. And you end the animation with him just like pooping out the boba. What? Is he okay? Oh, no. I'm not hobbling over there right now.
Can I take a picture of it on your tablet?
Yeah, I don't care.
By the way, when I finished doing the background, the tablet was off, even though it had power.
Okay.
Did you turn off the internet?
I did not.
he probably did look. Yeah, he probably did look. He probably did. Honestly, Colleen, he probably did look at a menu. And he's like, what do we call the planet that Admiral Akbar's from? Mon Calamari.
I didn't realize that middle of sentence. Come on, man. What the hell? I'm not gonna finish now. Just give it here.
Joshua Gensel, you decide it when either we're done with it or interest wanes.
Right. We were going to do a sketch with the Admiral Akbar fish stick thing or whatever. And I wound up scrapping it because I found out that it was and I didn't know this at the time, it was a very huge, popular robot chicken sketch. At first I wanted to still do it, but like expand on it. And eventually I kept going back to it, and I was like, there's no way to expand on this. This would just be rehashing the same joke.
Right.
And people are just going to call that out. There's sometimes where you can do that, and it's okay. And it's more like in a way of honoring it or bringing attention to it. Or like when we did the... oh, no. What now? Oh.
It looks like why you just.
No, that's he's just in a box going, what the hell do you want?
Like, why you disturb me, bro?
Okay.
Why you disturb me?
The ultimate battle of ultimate destiny. That. I like doing that one, and I had planned originally for me and Chris to basically remake that in our own style. I technically filmed the whole thing, looked at it, and was like, "This works," but it doesn't work with just me. I had to have Chris do additional parts.
Yeah.
And he got busy, and then we wound up having another video takeoff. And a lot of times, if you see us, one of us is working on a project that is doing okay, and that storyline never gets revisited, but you see another video that like just goes really, really that has a bunch of views on it. That's probably why that never got revisited, because something else made us look at the other thing, and then we had to, when we had time to come back, it either A, too much time had passed, or B, we completely forgot, and this is probably, in all honesty, the more obvious one, we forgot the direction we were going. The amount of times I look at a video and go, what was I doing here? Because I didn't write it out, which is why with the Stitch series, like I know how I want it to end. I've known how I wanted it to end, and I make little synopsis. Much to Chris's disdain sometimes when he looks at my stuff, because he's like, "Is this part of the script?" And I was like, "No, that's just notes." It's like a page of fucking notes.
I'll be reading it and I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense, man.
And then you get to the script and I was like, oh, it's like none of this, like half this isn't in the script. And I was like, I know. It changed. I just forgot to get rid of the notes. When do you know when it's getting close to what South Park does with poking fun out of something too much? So South Park will literally do that thing where they have literally done a sketch where they did a joke and then turned around and said it's beating a dead horse and then continued to do the joke.
Mm-hmm.
They did that with like the Pooh character or whatever it was. I can't remember his name. He was a sentient Pooh.
Oh, Mr. Hanky.
Yeah. And then they brought him back because people liked him.
The Christmas Pooh. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have not watched South Park in years. And I know it's still very, very popular. It's just one of those that I have very little desire to keep watching, but they are the prime example of you can keep doing something and it just keeps doing well regardless. I think that they have come out and said that they have tried to sabotage it multiple times only for them to get offered more money to come back, and they're like, okay. Yes. Like they got offered so much money by Paramount that they said okay, and then I think one of their first episodes was shitting. I'm just gonna say it, shitting on Paramount.
Yes,
and it was one of the best episodes, and Paramount couldn't do anything because they had already signed the contract.
Yeah,
I'm just like, okay, those guys have crazy amounts of money, and they spend next to nothing on the animation budget because everything, all the assets already exist. They sometimes update them. That's it.
Or they occasionally have to create a new one for a specific character. Like for, if there's a new episode with a character they haven't had before, they got to build that one. But it's just like circle, hat, eyes, mouth, body, done.
Yep. They even released at one point all the assets so people could make their own. There was a website where you could make your own South Park sketches, put yourself in it.
Really?
Yeah. If you go use the Wayback Machine, I think you can still use it. But it was just nuts. Sadly, they lost Chef. Didn't the voice actor pass away from that, and they refused to recast him?
Yeah.
That's what's happening with The Simpsons. The creators are refusing to recast a lot of the characters that the people who pass away unless they have no choice. I think Lisa has been recast. I can't remember. One of the main characters I think got recast.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wrong. I'll be honest.
Yeah. No. So actually, there have been no principal voice actors who have died. But a lot of side characters, voice actors have.
Okay. I want to say something real quick. Do not be afraid to be wrong. For everyone here, and I'm guilty of trying to defend my position and everything. Me and Chris had a moment with making this exact script, part 2, where we were both headstrong just the other day and not wanting to give up. However, at the end of it, the script got much better. I'm much happier with what happened.
Oh yeah.
And neither one of us got our way. I mean, technically we both won in the end, but it was because we both agreed that like we shouldn't have these numbers in here at all.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What about voice and person? So, like what do you mean by voice? What about voice in person? You mean people who can do the voice? So, for instance, Brian Hall, one of the reasons why I highly doubt we're ever going to be able to get him is he is the voice of Dracula because Adam Sandler doesn't want to continue to do that character. Like Brian Hall did the voice. We're not going to get somebody who gets Disney money.
No.
I'm just going to say that now.
Let me put an asterisk on that. We are 99% most likely not getting someone who gets Disney money unless they see what we've got somehow and they go, oh my God, I want to do that for free or for very little.
Yeah. Now, Brian was a YouTuber before he went. Oh. Are you okay? Okay. I don't know if you can hear him.
I can't.
No, okay. He's just laughing.
So we've got some notes. I actually got to run and take care of some things.
Would you be willing to end the stream? My hands are kind of full.
Everybody, have a fantastic day. We'll see you soon. Part 3 will come out some point this weekend or soon.
Hoping this weekend. Yeah. Anyways, remember, take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. Wish you all peace of mind, surrounding by spirit, harmony among others. Until the winds blow your sails our way again, you all have an Acme day.
Have an Acme day as a part of the villain. Having an Acme day will redirect the bill to your account. Have an Acme day.
Yours, you watching, not Levi's. By the way, have an Acme day simply means it's the best day you possibly can. Bye now.